I'm Anatolia Ubalde. I'm the founder of SizeUp. And SizeUp helps banks better serve their small business customers. Now, serving small businesses is difficult because there's so many of them and they're so different. Some banks will take a one-size-fits-all approach, but it doesn't work because small businesses, there's so many and they're so different. Other banks will take an approach where they focus on specific industry verticals, such as manufacturing or retail or business services. But even in these segments, there's so many businesses and they're just diverse. We take a very different approach at SizeUp, and it's a data-driven approach, which enables us to be able to provide hyper-local information to each of your small business customers that's unique to them. Let me say this a different way. We wouldn't look at you as a retailer in Colombia, but as a florist in the Parquilleras neighborhood of Medellin, and we can tell you some things you don't even know about your own small business. Let me show you how we do that with SizeUp. So let's say that you are a shoe store in Sunnyvale, California, where Plug and Play is located. What's some information you'd know off the top of your head? Well, you'd probably know how much revenue you make. So let's say you make $900,000 a year. SizeUp super crunches millions of data points from the local to the national level to be able to compare your shoe store, not a retailer, but a shoe store, to all other shoe stores. So you can see in this case that your shoe store makes less than the typical shoe store in the county, metro, state, or the United States. Down below is a heat map. Red are the areas where shoe store revenue is the most, and yellow is where it's less. Sunnyvale's in the center. This is important to know if you're thinking about where you should open up a second shoe store, or perhaps you want to target a marketing campaign, or you want to just visit those shoe stores to figure out what are they doing so much better than our business. Or here we'll look at the year started. So if we opened up our business in 2010, we've just plotted the openings of all of the shoe stores across the entire country. You can see the line going up. This means that it's a growing industry. If the line was going down, you as a business might want to make different decisions about being in a declining industry, and so might you as a financial institution working with this small business. Or how about salary? Let's say that we pay our employees on average $25,000. Are we paying more or less than our competitors? In this case, you can see we pay more, and this could have implications on our profitability. What we're trying to do here is make the invisible visible. This is information businesses need to know, but they might not have access to. Or how about the number of employees? So if we had 16 employees, I think we would all agree that's a small business. But it's not a small shoe store. So this whole idea of what's big and small gets turned on its head when we look at it through the perspective of data. Now, there's a number of other variables. There's not enough time to show all of them, or these key performance indicators. But you can see at the very end, we click on Summary View, and we get this overall dashboard of our business's health. You can see what we're measuring, the KPI. In the middle, these are the numbers for our business or the small business customer that you have. And I don't have to have an MBA or a background in quantitative analytics to understand that red is bad and green is good. This is designed for regular small businesses, any type of business. The second thing you'd want to know as a business is you're going to need customers, suppliers, and to understand the competitive landscape. So let's say that we're a beauty salon in Beverly Hills. Well, we want to find some customers. So we want to focus on the models that are in Los Angeles. So we're going to target the talent agencies where they work. They'll send their models over to us. We'll make them look beautiful, and they'll get more business. We also need to buy goods from other businesses. So in this case, we need to buy beauty supplies. So we type in beauty supplies. Now we know where those businesses are. In an ideal world, perhaps what we're looking for is an area where there's not a lot of competition, but there are plenty of customers. You can see visually in red, there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of beauty salons in the area. But visually, I can also see this area in green, where there's a lot of potential customers, but not as much competition. This may be an opportunity, an area where I want to focus on. And we can click on, how about Paradigm? And now I can actually see information about this business, so I could call them or research them on their website. If we are a business-to-consumer company, I can select personal care services for women. And now I can see the areas where there's the most potential disposable income. This is how I find better customers. Third thing that's important is for a successful business, I have to advertise. But many small businesses don't know how to do this effectively, so they waste money. So let's say we're a dentist here in Miami. Knowing just those two things, we can now see where dentists are performing the best. But actually, which is a little bit to the south, or the west of where we are. But maybe what I'm really looking for is the most underserved market, so I can target the best opportunity. Now you can see that it's in the neighborhoods to the north of us. Now, every single business is unique, so we provide them the tools so they can customize it for their needs, and they know what they need better than we ever will. So in this case, let's say that we're a business that targets higher income households. So those above 50,000, now we see it's a few neighborhoods just to the south of where we're located. But this is the idea, is you make it relevant for them. So these are the three key features of SizeUp: the ability to optimize advertising, find customers, suppliers, and understand the competitive landscape, and benchmark your business to your specific competitors. SizeUp helps across the entire life cycle of a business. And this provides an opportunity for your banks and financial institutions to introduce your products and services at these key decision-making moments. So you could potentially find one of your regular customers who may be thinking about opening up a business, and you identify them before they've even filed any paperwork down at City Hall or wherever they register to become a business, before any of your competitors know this. Or at launch, a small business loan, or as they grow a line of credit, or as they need new locations, real estate loans. SizeUp provides a number of different values, core values to our clients. As I mentioned, you can introduce products and services. It can also be used for customer acquisition to expand your pipeline of potential customers so that you can bring them in. It can also be designed for customer retention. So you provide this as a service only to your customers. And if they ever leave you as a customer, they would lose all this quality small business intelligence. It's also valuable for engagement, both digitally and in branch location. So the competitive landscape is always changing. Just because you did well last year doesn't mean you're doing well this year. We are always updating that data, and as it changes, you can proactively send messages to your small business customers saying, you're doing better or you're doing worse. This is a reason for them to engage, come back to your website, where again, you can tell your story, including about your products and services. It's also valuable in branch location, because as you're talking to relationship managers, this is a way where you're really adding value. You're helping them succeed in a way that's good for you and it's good for them. If they're successful, they're more likely to need more banking products and services, and they're less likely to default on any loans or credit lines that they have with you. This is a way to be a more authentic partner to them. So SizeUp is being used in a number of quality organizations. You can see this live at wellsfargoworks.com. We launched last year in Italy. In February of this year, we launched in Germany in partnership with Deutsche Bank. In the US, it's used by the Small Business Administration and also the White House, Bloomberg Business Week, and Staples. In summary, SizeUp provides industry-local, hyper-local information. These are tools that regular businesses can use, and we align them with the business objectives of our banking and financial institution customers. We are now expanding, as I mentioned. We're in the US, Italy, and Germany. We're going to be opening up in more countries. We have a focus on Latin America. You're probably wondering, okay, but can this actually be brought into Latin American markets? And the answer to that is yes, and I can tell you more about that after the session. So if you have any questions or you'd like to talk more about how we can bring this to the innovative banks in Latin America, please come talk to us afterwards. Thank you so much.